Hello, welcome back. Well, let's switch gears here a little bit and work on the tractor today. So I am waiting for some parts, or should I say a part. That guy right there. I forgot to order that. That's the main seal that goes in between the two engines and seals up the oil drain from the cranking engine. So that's on hold until we get that. So what we'll focus on today is this transfer pump, the fuel pump. You can see I got it pulled away from the tractor and there is fuel in there. I'm hoping this is the issue that was causing our fuel to get in our crankcase. I was just troubleshooting and testing a few things while it was in here, and that was one of them that I thought I would check. And sure enough, looks like we have fuel in there. I have been working on a couple things on the side. I did put the replacement fenders on there. You can see those turned out pretty well. Different platform, and then even a different battery box. I'll walk around to the other side here, show you everything. There's the battery box. The old one had a crease in here and was banged up. But we'll get that pulled off. We'll get it on the bench. I'll bring you back when I'm ready. And there we go. I don't know if you can see, but there's some high mileage on it. Silicone for something. Must have been leaking. A little wear down there. You catch with the fingernail, but not too terribly bad. All right, I did get this cracked loose, removed a little bit, and take a little chisel and just catch the edge of it and just ever so lightly got it cracked loose. Now the rest of it's being difficult. Just being careful that I'm not dinging up the surfaces, just because there is no gasket. I'm going to put a little mark in it to show which way is the front cover. Not much there. And this should pop out of there. Wow. I think you can see the gap in there. But there are two seals in there. There's a seal for the oil side, that's this one, and then there's one for the fuel side. This one doesn't have a drain hole. Maybe that's why it was siliconed up. There we go. Someone put silicone in there. Suppose it was leaking fuel, making a mess. This one has some wear as well. Same wear. So that's interesting. I'm going to pull the seals out, see what we got, and see what our plan is. I'll bring you back when I have those pulled out. All right, I got you back. Got things apart and cleaned up. Here's the seals that came out. This was the fuel side seal. That was a little bit of a struggle to get out of there. And then the oil side wasn't too bad. The shaft, did mention that, does have a lot of wear. You can see it. The end plate, it looks worse on camera than what it is. Just a very small lip there, but I did get that cleaned up with the stone. And then the same thing on this one here. Got a little grease on my finger or something. But this one has just a little bit too. Camera makes it look worse. So everything's cleaned up, it's ready to go back together. My plan today is to reuse this shaft, considering it has a lot of wear in it. This is about a 1-inch depth. So we have room to set these seals in different position, so they'll ride on that shaft differently. So I kind of have a little sketch of what's going on here. But the existing seals rode in here, and then all the way out, and then there was a gap in there of about 165 thousandths roughly. These seals were 400 thousandths, and then this depth was 965 thousandths deep. So my plan is to not push these seals in all the way. These are a little bit thinner. They're a 1/4 inch. And then the sealing, or the lip seal, is going to ride in a different position opposed to those. So my plan is to take 2 washers. These are machine washers. I had to just machine them down a little bit to fit inside the bore. But it'll go like this on the fuel side. And that'll go down in there. And then that will allow me to ride on a different spot on this shaft. I have it marked up here a little bit. On the orange part is where it's going to ride on the fuel side, and then on the oil side, same thing. So I'm just bringing the seals in a little bit by doing this. This combination right here is 400 thousandths again. And once I do the other side too, it'll be like that. I'll have a gap of 165 thousandths. On the outside, to push the oil seal in, these will come back out when I'm done. This was just a guide to get my depth set properly. That's all that's for. And then I use my tool for pushing in main bearings. I just machined a little notch down just so it holds everything in there. Then I can press them in. Then on the later tractors, the I don't know what it came into, the 730s, I suppose, 830s, 720s possibly too, but there was a bulletin, I'll share that talks about installing a felt washer in between the 2 seals. And that prevented dirt from migrating up in through this weep hole, which was plugged with silicone on ours, to get dirt trapped in there and cause premature failure of the seals, or to cause this extensive wear pattern. So I don't have the right felt washer, but I made this one, and then that'll fit in there. Its main purpose is just to prevent dirt from coming back up through the weep hole and causing wear on our seals. that's my plan. The first step is to get these pressed in there. I'll get you set up on the press. All right, things are in there. Seals are orientated the proper way. Felt washers in there for dust prevention. And now we'll just put it together. I'm gonna put a little grease in there. Wipe the grease off here, and you can see that it's riding in a little bit farther than I wanted to, but that's good though. Should have good sealing surface there. So that turned out good. Okay, so the check valve is in there. Now put the idler gear in. Just put a little grease on that. And then the intermediate plate, I did just put a little scratch in there just so we know which way it was up. That'll go in like that. In the manual it says to use shellac on the sealing surfaces, but I am going to use the next best thing to shellac. It's probably the same stuff. We'll put this on there. Just a thin film around the outside here. And like I mentioned, I cleaned everything up with the stone. Cleaned up really nice. And then we'll put this plate on. And now, it's top plate on, top cover. There we go. So that's rebuilt. We can put it on the tractor now because we know our weep hole works. And if we have fuel out of there, then we have more issues. And I'll put the parts in the description of the video of what I used. Here's one of them. That's the gasket. We'll see if this one shrunk, but no, looks good. And it looks like my strainer or shutoff valve is not working properly. We'll have to figure that one out. Address that one later on, I guess. And of course, I don't have a weatherhead socket, so we will see if I can do this without screwing threads up. I'm gonna go for one more spin, getting greedy. Okay. I'll clean things up. All right, I think that wraps that up. I feel really good where we're sitting with the fuel pump. We did make an adjustment or reposition the seals to make the shaft live another day. So I feel that will fix our problem here with fuel getting in the oil. The weep hole is unplugged. Right now, I think you can see in there, I have a couple of toothpicks stuck up in the weep hole, and that way the fuel should track down that into the bucket there if the seal is leaking. But that's the first hurdle. Once that's all sealed up, we'll have to keep digging into it some more to see if we have any more fuel getting in the oil, but that'll be down the road. So as I was working on it, I started thinking a little bit about the silicone that was in the weep hole. I have a feeling that might have been some of my doings back in the day, years ago, not really knowing what was going on. Some of it kind of brings back memories when I was working on it, that I did that to prevent fuel from leaking everywhere, not knowing that it was going to end up in the crankcase. But that's some of the stuff you learn as you are growing up. Live and learn. That's how you learn, I guess. But thank you for watching. I'll get you set up for a bulletin review. Hang tight. Got you set up for a bulletin review here, and we'll go back to April of 1958, and it's number 264. This is the bulletin that had the felt washer talking about that on the fuel pump. And I showed a picture of a little bit earlier in the video. So this is just the rest of the bulletin. Has some information about a 420 tractor here. Then the next page is about the electrical system on a 720 diesel, the 24 volt system, how it's set up. Kind of talks about it a little bit. And then on the next page it continues on a little bit. Then on the right hand side it talks about some more 420 stuff. And the next page is some more 420, 440 stuff, crawler stuff on this one. And then the felt washer again. This side is just talking about the fuel shut off. And then troubleshooting at the bottom for some cranking engine stuff. And then the last page just talks about good service makes sales. So I hope you enjoy. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Have a good day.